Shalom, shalom. I'm going to start off this video giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak, Wadash, and double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of the great millstone that rule well and teach well while learning truth 100% according to the Bible. I also want to say shalom to the elect, the 144,000 men, prophet, service scattered abroad the four corners of the earth. And shalom to you, Aquathium, which are you sisters out there that are sincere, and your children, shalom. And in today's video, as you can see, I'm going to be building off of this video of the current news, which I'm pretty sure a lot of you brothers and sisters already may know. You know of the situation that you had take place in Washington, D.C., where you had these two National Guard, soldiers that were allegedly deleted. And I'm just going to be allowing this video to play here that I got from Dabu 7, and we're going to allow it to play, and I grab a few precepts, and Abarat be edifying. But with that being said, fair use. I'm not getting paid for this video. Fair use.
Hey guys, Dabu 7. We've got reports of two West Virginia National Guard members that have pretty much been assassinated at this point, killed in D.C. The location, not far from the White House. You can see right there the arrow in the image. And the suspect is believed to be alive right now and in custody, wounded. And as Trump says, going to pay a heavy price. The shooting taking place kind of out of nowhere.
Right. And you hear what it is the guy Dabu 7 is saying about what Trump said about how the guy that's allegedly responsible for it is going to pay a huge price. And we understand and know that we're living in a time, as it tells us in Revelation 12:12, that the devil's going to come in with great wrath, knowing that he had but a short time. And we're definitely in a time of seasons where, as it tells us in Sirach, chapter 5, verse 15, it says, be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or small. Because to most people, this may look like a small situation, but this is actually big because a lot can stem from this event taking place. These devils can come with more, unrighteous decrees, more draconian measures. I mean, a lot of things can stem from this event that took place. And we definitely understand and know that we're in the time of season of, where things are about to really take a turn for the worse real soon, so. And we also know Esau Edom's motto, Ordo ab Chao, which I'm going to grab that, on Chat GPT. And it says Ordo ab Chao, or order out of chaos. It says the phrase expresses the idea that order can arise from disorder, or that chaos is a necessary precursor, right, or precursor to creating a new, more stable structure. It appears in several contexts, you see. So, yeah, basically, they could take this little event of, this soldier getting, deleted, and they can use it to bring in all type of laws. They can use it to bring in martial law. I mean, we just in a time where, you can never trust anything. That's why the scriptures tells us in Ephesians, right? Let me grab that. Chapter 5, I'm going to read verse 15. It says, to see then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. And that's how we got to basically be in these times that we're in, man, because we're living in very deadly, serious times. So we can't ultimately be walking around foolish, not thinking that anything, ultimately important is not happening, because a lot of things are going on behind the scenes, man. These devils are moving. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, first and foremost, is moving. Things are happening. So, yeah, this is definitely the time to, be paying attention to every single thing that's going on, man. Right? It says, verse 16, it tells you why. Redeeming the time because the days are evil. Yeah, man, we understand and know that we're living in evil times. And we know that things are only going to get worse. So, these are the times and seasons that are upon us. And this is verse 17. It says, wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, is. And we understand and know what the will of the Lord is. We know the will of the Lord is to bring judgment, is to bring these bad times, is to bring forward these prophecies. So we know that things are going to get worse, man, So I'm going to just get straight back into the video, and we'll just, finish listening to what it is the guy is saying, right?
Where this individual walked up on these troops working or standing at this corner, and he shot both of them at point blank range. This is what they called a critical incident.
Right. And you hear what it is he's saying. He said that allegedly, the guy just walked up to the guards and just, basically pew-pewed them for no reason. And we understand and know that we're living in a time of, we can't trust this devil, man, because as it tells us in Sirach 12 and 10, never trust thine enemy. For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness, man. And we know that the worse our iron rusteth, the worse it becomes. And that's the same thing with Esau Edom, this devil. Him knowing that he having but a short time to rule, this man is going to be pulling all type of trickery, deception, staging all type of events. We just got to be very, wise in these times. That's why, as it tells us right here, I'm going to grab 2 Corinthians, chapter 2, and I read verse 11 in the KJV. It says, lest Satan, right, meaning our adversary Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Yeah, we're not ignorant of his devil's schemes, his tricks, his plots, his tactics. We understand and know the way that this man comes to try to, forward his agenda. We're not ignorant of these things. We know that these devils can create events, and do certain things, all to be used as a catalyst for them to bring forward the agendas that they want pushed, So we're not ignorant of, this devil's device, So I'm going to get back into the video.
And now confirming that both of those soldiers have died. So RIP to those soldiers. And we'll see how they're going to label this whole thing and what's going to happen to this individual. But I just wanted to put it out there and let it be known that this has gone down. 2 National Guardsmen from West Virginia called up to work this D.C. area, getting just assassinated at point-blank range. Critically wounded at first, but now confirmed both dead. The White House, they say, was also on lockdown. They say there's an estimated 2,375 National Guard troops positioned across Washington, across D.C., where they've been deployed since August. So that's more than usual, definitely more than 500. And this unfortunately looks to be something that's going to feed into chaos and potential civil war. Going further.
Right, and you hear what it is the guy's saying, and that's absolutely true, man, because we are definitely living in these times, man, where, civil war and things like that are going to occur, because, we see the writing on the wall with everything that's happening here in this place, Babylon the Great, with how, the economy is constantly declining, how the people are complaining already about how everything that Nero, Trump is doing is unfair, and everybody feeling as though their backs are pressed against the wall. So, hey, like I said, we're definitely in the times of where, things are about to pick up, man, so, yeah. Things are happening. So this is why it's important for us, hopeful elect brothers and sisters, speaking to myself first and foremost, of course, to, we got to constantly be watching, and praying, man. Because like I said, we know that it's only a matter of time before, things take a turn for the worse in this country, and it's definitely coming. So with that being said, Abaratazah, I pray this video be edifying, just a quick hit through the spirit. With that being said, to the next time, I'm going to say shalom to the elect. Shalom.